What's up, guys, and welcome to watch me playing dog playing Corpse Factory again. If you have watched my first video, I didn't say it in the video, but I said it in the description that I'll play this game again. So I am now. Yo, I really like this song. I'm going to download it. Okay, this game is related to yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes. This game has more going on. If this game had an anime, I would have been watching it right now because I would really love for the studio, River Cross Studio, to make like an anime of this game. For this game is great. If you have watched some of my videos on YouTube, then you know I like horror. Act 1, Noriko Kurosawa. 3 weeks earlier, Monday morning, 25th. I have always liked the shape of my eyes. Of the disease about other parts of my body, but I'll never complain about my eyes. With or without makeup, I think they look great. Mother used to tell me I inherited her eyes, and her big sister inherited his father's eyes. To be honest, I don't see any of my father's features in myself or my sister, but I do agree that my eyes are resemblance to my mother. Resemblance to my mother. And mother doesn't speak too much anymore, and that might be something I have to also worry about in the future. But for now, my eyes are perfect, and I can't be happier with them. Uh, I wear eyeshadows and eyelashes to bring out their best features so people can tell me I use too much makeup that I can paint that I tend to be that I tend to overdo it and make myself look irritating. Well, I don't really care. I most like the way I look and mostly how many times people can think the same. Today's morning ritual is the same as any other day and weekday. I'm a slave to the wage and I'm not proud. Call me a protagonist. Huh? Ah, but I can't survive without money. My alarm goes off at 6 a.m. The shower is running by 6:05 and I'm dry and dressed by 6:15. I skip breakfast because I'm watching my phone and I spend until 6:30. I'm working on my makeup. I'm out of my clean shoebox apartment by 6:50 a.m. Sometimes I catch my neighbor returning home from his overnight shift. So uh, if so, I exchange sample sentences with him and continue on my way. Today there is no sign of my neighbor, so I don't slow down as I extend the stairs and exit the building. Eating the convenience store, so I visit the convenience store for a can of coffee, sips and sips another steps another few minutes from each day. I prefer sweet milk coffee, but every now and then I'm in the mood for rich black coffee. Regardless, I never started the day without it. I don't always need the energy boost, but it helps me to stop my stomach growling. It's a new coffee kind of day, so I pay for my favorite brand and I get out of the store in in no time. The canned coffee dives into my handbag, so I continue on my way. The train station is always busy in the morning and it's usually a struggle to arrive uh, to navigate my way to the correct platform in time for the 7:12 train. Today is no different. However, I always make it in time because my route has been perfect over the last few months. I bought the I bought the train I bought the train bound for board for Shinjuku. However, there's a seat available. I like to sit and read, but it's much more common to have to stand and stare at my phone screen like almost everyone else. When I do read, I read the classics: Shocker, Lovecraft, Fable, horror, West, West, Western horror at oh, at time is my favorite genre. I like horror too. So check out more horror. Go watch my channel. Like and subscribe for more horror videos. And check out my album. I'll kill you. And of course, faithful translations into Japanese are so good as it gets. My English isn't nearly strong enough to read these novels in their original language. If I'm stuck staring at my phone screen, I like to stroke. Huh? Sorry. Anyway, all the few friends I have learn such boring lives they post about the most mundane topics all day, every day, acting like they are serious, but up and die useless. They get the attention they seek. I find their do tedious lives simply persistent. From behind the safety of a glass bar, where I can fulfill my. I'm not good at reading. I learned how to read in grade 5, so okay. Knowing everything related the tidbit of people's daily lives turns me on. This morning is the same as any other. I stare down at the phone held in my fragile hand. My fingers move of their own accord, scrolling and tapping against the backlit display, pausing, pondering, pushing on any post or picture that my pupils haven't yet consumed. Standing in the train gauge, package of the dues with people, I can't help but feel my face getting flushed by my steamy breath escaping my lips. I against post after post, photo after photo, memorizing the comings and goings of every single person on my nose active feed. I catch my breathing getting heavier, my gaps becoming short and short. Ray went to the Indian stew yesterday for a root root canal. Mizuno shared some photos from my international vacation. Kawahara objects to owning pets and thinks all animals should be free. My cheeks grow my chest begins rising and falling quickly. My knees shake. A few people in the cabin start to move away from me, but I barely notice them. My fingers keep scrolling and I hit the jackpot. A new post from a coworker at my office told me Tomi Watamobi. She's a girl. The, the type with a heavy fake tan, bleached blonde hair, and questionable clothes. Question mark clothes. Put the question mark on the clothes. I hate her, but I love her post. This morning's update. Read. Tommy, Mom, 30 minutes ago. Just found this Cops Girl website. I was like, just found this Cops Girl website. Such fake boo, haha. Within to meet a verb to try into. Tommy just discovered Cops Girl's website. I feel it's like people trying to escape from my throat as my legs. Uh, I'll be skipping some of the things that this girl was talking about. I have people outside listening to me, but I can't take the excitement anymore, and I have to force myself my phone from my hand and bury it at the bottom of my handbag. Deep breaths. Oh, deep breaths. Neruko, deep breaths. So the main character here is Neruko. So I need to keep in mind that her name is Neruko, deep breath. I need to calm down and control myself. Comparison is the key. I close my eyes and I let a cool breath of air whistle through my slightly parted lips, feeling a light calmer. And I get longer, ready to explore and I analyze the information I just read. Tomio wants to try out Cops Girls website. That's good. That's very, very good. Rumor has it that you can visit the website and request the death of somebody you know. Now, and if the victim dies isn't known to the public, but of that, some people are pretty quick to dismiss the site as a hoax. However, the most interesting part is that how or if the victim dies, but rather what happens to the victim before they die. Supposedly, the victim will receive a photo of their corpse, of their own corpse, and how this photo exists before the victim's life is never out isn't known about it. But throughout the codings in how nevertheless the site has been trending popularly lately, at least in certain corners of the internet. The dark in the dark the dark the dark the dark the dark the dark web the dark web the dark web messages. Borders like Noise Channel and the other similar sites have picked up on the rumors and like to exhibit the websites or something. The fact that someone like Tommy, a rare person, dim-witted individual, has discovered the website means that it's actually more well known than I previously thought. It means that people are actually talking about it outside of the internet. Changes are good that Tommy will want to try it out and request the death of someone in the office, a coworker. Me, perhaps she hates my guts as much as I hate hers. Me too. I hate her guts as well. Finally, something exciting is going to happen in our dream work in our door
The next
workstation.
station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the
Okay,
Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
I think it's time for me to go to work. As the automated announcement reads through a list of concerning train lines, I get ready to describe the train pulls to a stop and I control my body around the other passengers in an attempt to exit the train. Finally, free of the massive fresh, I tested my best and navigated through the. Please forgive me. I take the exit close in my office and settle into a slower walk. I'm on time and I never desire to reach the office any earlier than needed. It doesn't take long for an office tower to enter my field of vision. 22 stories of office span open into one space in office. The name Timuji is stamped across the structure in the bridge that if they are looking for this building in Shinjuku, you can possibly miss it. Sumujin carries the title of Japan's third biggest banking corporation. It's a gigantic company with other branches in Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, Fukuoka, and a dozen similar cities I don't even remember. I have worked here for close of 3 months now, not a long time in the grand scheme of things that I'm only a temp and all I do is data entry. I work on the 14th floor along with about 60 other junior employees, including girl, Google. Don't me what to Baba. I don't speak to many of my coworkers. That's the way I like it. Me too. I'm an antisocial guy. I record by myself. I would like to play online games with other people, but blah, blah, blah. When I reach the building, I enter through the gate, double sliding doors, and flip myself into the familiar body. Wait, uh, no. From the questions in the lines and the walls, feeling and reaction, there's the four loads elevators are staying away in a knock behind the reception desk. It's already busy this morning, through it to be far before this place is packed all the time. I avoid the crowds of sharply dressed business people feeling a little out of place in my seemingly formal shirt and skirt. Ducking into a newly opened elevator, I tap my employee ID card to a backlit panel and press the button for my floor. The doors close and the elevator begins to smoothly ascend. I'm surprised to find that I'm the only one traveling up. I reach my floor and listen to the driving chime as the doors open, re- relieving the open layout office before me. The specific drone of my workspace fills my ears, conversation, ringing phones, fingers tapping against keyboards, photocopiers, even the steady low hum of the air conditioner contributing to the overall. Then, mhm. I make my way to my desk station in the middle of the floor and are surrounded by a dozen other and it will this as I walk, somebody taps me on the shoulder gently.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Good morning to you too, Mr. Freeman. Or Shia, Shia Fujikawa, my senior, who is really only a couple of months older than me. He's worked here for a whole year after taking an internship out of the Super High School. He's not an he's not an intern anymore, though I'm not quite sure of his job title. He's a Dr. Robotnik.
Morning, Fujikawa.
I look dope. And I'm afraid to say but I think I might be a BITCHR.
How was your commute this morning?
Fine, same as usual.
I might be a BITCH.
any of your novels?
What do you mean? He's referring to the horror. He's referring to the horror books. I like to read. I can tell from his tone that he doesn't exactly approve of the subject matter. I have known Shinya since junior high. We go way back, but I don't exactly call us friends because I'm a BITCH. However, is however he is the one that I attended me this job even though it's just a temporary contract. I have always had the feeling that he's a bit sweet on me. I could be way off the mark though.
Well, I couldn't get a seat on the train today. Too hard to read while standing.
Okay. Right, right.
Ah, that's a shame. You, still haven't accepted my, friend request, did you know?
I have to fight the struggle to the room I had, and he's a nice guy, but we were connected unknowingly once before, and I had to delete him. He supposes that his father's detective work and all he ever posts about his assumption on the stories on 20 crime cases. Normally, I would find someone on my friend list, but here's the thing: he can never post about his personal life. All he writes are long secrets on holding cases. It's far beyond the amount of dullness, but I can stand. I fish my phone out of my handbag and pretend that I'm looking at noise.
Oh, how about that? Looks like I don't have any incoming friend requests.
I quickly, I quickly dip my phone back into my bag.
How peculiar. Well, I'll try and nudge again later.
Okay.
Sure, no problem.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, I better get to it. Work hard today, okay?
You got it.
Senior offers a formal bow and goes on his way. Before I can take a step forward, my desk and a mocking voice whispers in my ears.
How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya?
That poor boy really has the hots for ya. When are you gonna tell him you're a cold-hearted psycho?
Listen, I'm not leading him on, and I'm no psycho.
I am a psycho.
Huh. Sounds like something a real psycho type would say, don't you reckon?
Yes. Of course, this is none other than the Gokyo Tomio, the very same brain-headed moron who posted this morning about waiting to try Cops Girl's website. She's the kind of person that likes to stir up trouble and She loves to torment me. Me, any chance she gets. Maybe I troubled her, robbed and room and somehow, though I'm not sure what I ever did for her. Even though she's a dead idiot, she's a data she's a data entry temp like me. She's worked here just a little longer than I have. Unfortunately, that means I have to defy to her as my superior in this professional environment. She is known as much. She's known as much as I like to take advantage of this fact as often as
It's funny, you
possible.
know. You don't look like the type of skank to lead on a goody-goody like Shinya.
I'm a skank.
I told you, I'm not leading him on.
That's right, I'm not.
Well, if you're not interested, maybe I'll take him out this weekend and tongue him at the cinema.
If you say it that way, I want to know.
Gross. Do what you want, but I doubt he's into someone with your, looks.
Yes, bleh.
Oh yeah? What would you know? You think he likes your flat chest, little Miss Gothic Lolita?
Yes. I know I should. Oh. No. But backing down from Tommy isn't something I can do
I'll
easily.
give you a tip. Guys like Shinya are smart, clever.
True, great, fantastical,
If you
beautiful.
want to impress him, don't let him know your head is as full of air as your inflatable breasts.
True that. Never imagined the horror game can make me laugh. A flash of crimson lights up Tomia's face, and she looks ready to flash out at me. Oh, to lash out at me. A group of co-worker juniors like us look over to us, and in concern, Tomia takes a step back from me, but before, not before rude gesture with her fingers. Human
We
being.
ain't done here, Noriko. Watch your back.
We ain't done here, Noriko. What? Yeah. You should go back to school.
I'm trembling.
And I don't know why I don't know why they allow her to go to work looking like this, because this is not the way a person should work, showing off her skin like that, like it's some kind of display or something. It gets me mad, but this is a horror game, so I'll forgive them. Tomia walks away, and I breathe a sense of relief. If it wasn't for having to deal with her, I would be dreading coming to work. I'd be dreading coming to work every day. Fighting with someone at work is kind of fun. It makes the work really easier, and I keep on saving because I might stop recording anytime right now. So I'll continue with. Anyway, I wonder. Anyway, I wonder when she is planning to test out Cops Girl's website. Will she try it on me since we just fought? Or maybe she'll try it on Dr. Robotnik since he's a baby. I'm not really sure if I should be excited or scared, but either way, it will definitely be fun to find out what happens if she does try the website. I really, re- I finally reached my desk and take note of my time. I was supposed to start working 5 minutes ago, so I quickly log into my computer and check today's task list. And I'm feeling cold right now. It's it's all standard stuff today. I need to transfer a few tables of numbers from a spreadsheet into our company's online database. When I'm done, I have to run it by a few other people and then commit the changes to the server. to the server. The work, the work is the work is dull and representative, but my salary isn't bad on the plus side. I got to wear headphones and listen to music while working. I can work to a place like that if I want to listen. But I have my own studio. I dip into my phone. Okay, bye. Wait, I put phone charger. I want to put phone charger. I really should be playing this game, this type of games live sometimes. But now everybody's outside and I'm recording. I slip my headphones on, plug them into my phone, and hit the play on my work playlist. That synthetic metal rotting in my body. My ears as I check open can of coffee, take a CB.
Okay, let's get started.
Yes. I just remember Stephen. Wait. I return home. I return home right. Let me save a quick minute. Yes. Save. Ooh. Return. I return home to the quiet my quite cramped apartment after work. The place is utterly silent. A strict contrast of the bustling office where I spend my days dropping my big handbag onto the tiny coffee table I picked up. I picked up my laptop and sat on my couch. I lay back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as I. Oh, stop. The welcome screen loads up, so I click a couple of times, open my website browser, and then head to a very specific website saved in my favorites. Cops Girls website. Requested this. Fill out your victim's information and upload a photo of them. Your victim will receive a photo of their own corpse shortly before they die. A cute dancing zombie girl is animated at the top of the page. In particular, irregular Really, that always makes me giggle. I noticed that the page viewer considered at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I haven't understand. Maybe the website isn't quite that well known after all. That begs the question: how did Tomia discover it? Well, never mind that. My eyes scanned the website's content, requested death big, found letters, line headlined the website. Wait, read, don't mind me, don't mind me. I'm looking at something. Further information on the website is briefly instructed tell the user to fill in a victim's photo number and upload it. Phone number and upload it. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for the name. Name is not important, and I don't care about name. Just need the photo of the person so we can do our job very right. So we can go kill that person in the very right way, so people can know that we can kill that person in the very right way, so people can. After scanning the website, I move my mouse to the browser's address bar and click. I type a forward slash after the website's address and then add the word admin. I hit the key and I hit the key enter. I hit the enter key. I log in page prefaces itself with my empty username and password field waiting to be filled in. My fingers are tap dancing around the keyboard and within the moments I'm presented with a brand new page. This blank page, blank page step out the text brings me a new request. One new request. Let me step things are getting rough. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I know. Somebody has requested that. Somebody has asked me, Corpse Guild, kill a victim. This is where things get exciting, man. I giggled and feel and feel my cheeks blushing red. This is the first request I have had for about a week. I have been locked in the Indians, even if fingers glossing that somebody has selected a new victim for me. Today my wish shall come true. I can't help but to feel emotional at this time. My my lower lip trembles and I feel tears welling up. I dab the the vessels of my eyes and gently to avoid splashing my makeup as I hover my mouse swaying over the view request button. I familiarize the pressure super in my chest and my stomach and my shoulder. The little automatic of my mouth breathing to hold up the laptop screen. I click the button and request details. Today 2:25 p.m. local time. Victim's phone number. Downloading image attachment. The victim's photo automatically reads on my screen. Like the person in front of this the person in front of me is totally It's really strange, but that's okay. It doesn't change the that set out for me before. I think that's me. A woman, whether plain in her earlier 30s, she's been dressed with amazing makeup. She's not really putting her personality on display. It's a nice photo, better quality than some of the images I have received in the past. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID picture. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. It feels it fails to me to fulfill the request, and as a cops girl, I take requests very seriously. I have the victim's photo and I have her number and I have a phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to meet her and introduce my. I have previously thought about including an extra field on my an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want their victims to their web. I did not know this website was mine. After all, it would be just the amount to strain on my creativity if the method was decided to me, but after carefully considering I again said some people are sick, twisted. The cause of death could be far beyond my means and impos- impossible to achieve. Therefore, allowing the user to define the cause of death just isn't helpful. Instead, I'll stick to my control move. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If it's detailed and the victim's features are easily babu babu, then I can be further creative with the website. Perhaps the victim's face suffers gruesome burns or she has an iron stake through her throat or skull. However, if the victim's photo is low quality and doesn't approve enough detail to identify the subject, I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible, unlucky fall from a great height, like just like the one that happened in the opening. Go watch the video. Go watch my first video, then you know what I'm talking about. But you have to read for yourself in the video, or better yet, play the game. Play the game. Okay? Maybe she sleeps, or maybe someone tumbles into her and sends her tumbling over a rail. The end result will be the same. A shotgun death from an eye. The victim will end up face down on the ground. It's not my favorite case of death, but in some cases it's a little bit of wait. For now, it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I screamed against the couch, crossing legs, and when I attempt rising, taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse contained within the dead home around it. It's corpse girl's signature move, my calling card, if you will. Do some Photoshop. Just make some Photoshop. Just, just, just open Photoshop, edit the picture, make it look bloody and horrifying, and send it to the phone number of the person before they die. Photoshop. Photoshop. works perfectly for everything. Even witchcraft. Witchcraft use Photoshop. Even people in heaven use Photoshop. Using an image of one's own defeated corpse is sure to strike fear into one's heart, and that's precisely the reason I take this step to make the victim panic and act rashly. First, I save the victim's photo on my laptop's hard drive. I store it in a folder that this named system files hidden away in the root direction of my operating system. A password, a, a, a password encrypted directory, of course. Next, I open up my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Photoshop! I was guessing, I did not know about the photo editing thing. Did not know about the photo editing thing. Looking carefully at the detail in the picture, I can see that there will be a work of art. I can really go to. I could. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the other. I was looking at the other monitor. I, eh? I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I minimize the. I, I, minimi, I minimize the software. Open my web browser and access a particular website. The database of the kind of the DD as it's known on the dark web, my secret weapon, the ultimate result for my work. The DD is a collective of countless high-resolution photographs of. Oh my God! Wait, no. What the- Murder victims, crime scenes, suicide. If anybody has died in one way or another, changes are good that some provided victims reflected in all its glory. I'm going to make this video 18 and above. Such valuable images are usually work using these photos as a base. I can edit my victims' details into the picture. My process is simply I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. I search the database and in less than 2 minutes I discovered the described in details photo of a woman with a interesting. Mm. Her face is blue. Her and it's changing. It's changing. Ah. It's about the same age as my victim. She's of a similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim's features is easy thanks to the DD's extent catalog of tags and features. I simply search for a keywords that match my victim description and find a diagram. Using the Using this photo as a starting point, I struggle to edit my victim's face onto the body. Photoshop. It's not some quick job that even a child can do. I can use Photoshop and I'm old. It's a painstaking track of work of art that would fool even the keenest eye. An hour passes, then two, then three. Before I knew it, midnight has come and gone, but the work is nearly complete. Is, is nearly completed. All that remains is to add the final touches. Sprinkle hamburgers on. I like to specifically describe the details of the image, a personal item or accessory makeup you call it. I can edit it in the personal details added. I adjusted the lighting and the color of the panel just slightly enough to make the photo slightly quiet. If the victim decides to receive images searching the photo and discover that it's a fraud, all my work would be bad. And with that, they will put a group to some groups and student editor. The victim will receive this photo with open that all needed. She will be opening the image on her phone and leave once new will come. My lips are driven into a specific spread of during the hours of work, breathing facilitated my nerves and into a desert gray, but seeing the finished art piece now I began to feel my chest pounding. The nearby of this exciting Bapu and my body giving me a sudden head rush of this. To say that I'm attached to this side of B and D would be misleading. No, I'm not into that at all. I'm excited that from the thought of taking control of somebody else that deciding a future controlling their fate. Nevertheless, I need to save this before I keep control. For the kind of this image, I taken the victim's life into my own hands and like a puppet master putting the strings on the strings by forging the conversation creation. I will fill the victim in to take her own life. That's right, my own hands decided not to be stained, that the hands of good girl have never been dirty with the blood of the victim. This is the true nature of my work. People kill themselves, not the website. Carefully crafting corpse photos in such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed, that no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death and the date stamped on the photo is the icing on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim choosing to end their own life. A date so near in the future, a time that has not yet. Is this photo from the future? Is this truly my age? I how can I outrun a future that has been decided? The space This is my body. This is my dead body. This is how I die. Why should I fight it? And when the victim's last phases of this is the way it will go down for this woman, this complete and total stranger. I need confidence to convinced Judah. It was a sudden sort of intention that guided me to begin capturing corpse photos about a year ago. I can never quite recall exactly what it was that sort the idea. Sometimes I get close to remembering, but the connection dances at the edge of my mind and slip back into the darkness. The redness and the down a dark and dangerous path. I built Upskill's website and invited strangers to request the deaths of the people they knew. It was a sales people recruiting the secret and I little did know of the true power I only intended to create Goop's website and send them to people for fun. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that I didn't get off on it. The thought of people striking in addiction with fear at the sight of their own corpse was more than unleashed. It stained my body last week, filled a dark hole in the depths of my soul and gave me purpose. I never in a million years did I dream of one of my corpse photos would request will result in the death of another human being. I'll never forget her. Ryu Hatonya. 20 something slim, gorgeous eyes that took my breath away the moment I glanced upon her photography. She was but I did it anyway. My doctors will never reject a request. It's ah my headset. My headset. Use some headset, please. I forgot a beautiful version of our own dead thanks to some rare video source photos obtained via the database of the streamer. I struggled dress scopes up in a field like a gorgeous blow. The photo the photo was incredible. It was my 14th or 16th birthday. Film September copy of the website visited. Rory died just hours after receiving the photo. I don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her. But I know one thing. Rory's body, her real body, was found in a field hanging like a scarecrow surrounded by crows. Her eyes had been swallowed out of her skull and her Three fingers crossed her phone tightly. According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image I created of her. When I first learned of Rhea's death, I was overcome with very emotions. I felt sick, something, overjoyed, depressed. I learned that I had some cause of death was probably received for taking a life. Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I felt responsible. The truth decided upon to me at the moment. Corpse Guild held the power to end lives, and the more I dwelled on that fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel the power pushing through my veins, driving in my blood as my heart pounded. My heart pounded and within my chest. I can't explain how the power works, and I don't know why I have it. But somehow the corpse photos I created can compare a victim to end their own life, or couple, or compare some else to end it for them. Rio died in the way that I envisioned. Her body was mashed. When the body was mashed, the fake photo was transparent, and I didn't even have to learn the specific and comfort of my apartment to ensure her deed. Your power is real, and I vow to exercise that power as frequently as possible. Better than that last year, since then I have been, let's say, uh, it was hard to grow the rate of hospitals worldwide after the incident. Even the dark corners of the internet looked up the news within minutes, and the site saw an influx of new visitors. Sorry, and on a few distributors, I have even overheard people in the real world whispering about the mysterious website that lets you request a jet. Crafted I have crafted cropped photos for dozens of requests. Each photo is more convincing than the realistic than the last. Thanks to my ever evolving skills, but none of my recent attempts have been successful. Not a single person had dropped it since we were something. I'm beginning to wonder if Joe's power has faded out, or perhaps I never had any power. Maybe Rio's death was simply a fluke, a something coincidence. I have spent countless hours adapting myself, adapting to skills. I've tried so hard to request that innocent. Every time I receive a request, I do the same thing as I did previously. I edit the photo of the victim. I create a convincing photo, and I timestamp it with a time of D. I send the photo to the victim, and then I leave the rest up to fate. But nothing ever comes to it. I'm not so depressed to think that I'm normally said I simply a simple photo would be enough to convince someone to kill themselves. And even if that photo fell into the fall into someone else's hands, it won't inspire them to go out and kill the victim. Of course not. However, these are no ordinary assumptions. I once achieved the power beyond the ken of mortal men. I caused real, I caused Ruito Hat, Hat, Hatano, Hatano to die on her own hands or by hands of others. I needed to find a way to manifest the power once more to prove that I, Kopio, have the power of D and the power of death and described at my fingertips. Once I knew the victim's truth, I know it would pave the way to more and more deaths. My website will gain popularity and become more than just an urban myth. People will live their lives in fear forever, wondering if Oxbios is lurking behind the next text message they receive. Yes, I can see the future I crave so clearly in my mind. I'm close to achieving my goal. I know I am, and when my dream comes true, I will finally be free. Maybe, maybe be rich. I think I'm going to end here for now. I need to go eat. I'm very much hungry and my butt hurts. I'm feeling cold and check out more of my videos, like and subscribe or something. So the incidents feeling my body before my legs most of people could change images. I cross twisted my stomach breathing my tail until my body away. I need to stop falling asleep on the couch. I'm still young, but I can't handle a night away from my comfortable bed. My eyes feel open after flying on each side of the floor. The screen is blank, the battery drained. I feel with the panicking, hoping against hope that I saved my work before falling asleep. I stumbled on my feet and picked up the laptop, then charged towards the power outlet. I plugged in the boot and received the mechanical beast and feeling a wave of relief as I tremble of the Britain's fan of the internal fans slightly the breath of life. The screen flickers and the something in my eyes in my rush light. The eyes should squint against the wheel and I will make out the image before me. Then the standard copy of my latest victim received in picture from the timestamp in the lower corner reads May 25th, 11 something a.m. tomorrow's date. The photo is ready to be sent out. If I send it now, the victim will receive it immediately and notice the date and realize that her death is mature. It's time to set the wheels on motion. Leaving my laptop at the outlet, I quickly ducked into the kitchen. Then it well, to call it a kitchen is misleading. It's simply a tiled area present to my living space with a small with something microwave over and single ish. Too much sitting. My butt. A small slip of berries is next to my fridge and I pull open the second drawer from the upper drawers, plugging my hands inside. is always an odd sensation. My fingers get burnt underneath a dozen cheap plastic flip phones. Flip phone! I grasp one of the phones between my thumb and the something and remove it from the drawer. It's a sketchy up paint model from the 2010s or so. I select from a time not all that long ago, but that may as well be forgotten. I flip the screen up and turn the device on, received to see the effective odds power or something. To be fair, I sent up all of these photos just a few weeks ago, but the fact they retain a charger after being inactive for so long is a testament to their engineers. It may shed the line of work. It's a shed line of work these kinds of phones are referred to as brand shape dis- disposable devices that are discarded as soon as they are possibly stripped. I requested them by rather unsavory means, but it's neither or nor. I use this phone to send out the photos I make. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone. Huh? Topic. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone and thus preventing anything from being tracked back to me. When a phone has been sent and a photo has been sent, the burnt I keep the burner phone for 20 to 4 hours just in case the victim sends a reply. I know I will get a good laugh out of that. Of course, I didn't keep the phone on my didn't keep the phone on my person. I store it in an old shaded out the back of my apartment building. When 24 hours have passed, I remove the phone's SIM card, snap it in half, and discard it with the something trash. The phone itself gets smashed and trashed into the dumpster outside the convenience store. I also delete the phone's photo off my hard drive and clear my internet history. Obviously, I don't even use my own internet I don't even use my own internet connection at home. I latch off my grading is let me say 5 minutes. Service. It's it's under the impression that I can't avoid my own internet connection. Rather not rather not I consistent of such this absence is happy to share his connection with me. Should the should the police ever try to track my actions, they will only be led straight to my name. I have gone to great lengths to ensure my actions are untraceable. This has all been in attention of my predecessors. Looking down at the blank phone in my hand, I clear my mind and post task before me. The photo is transferred easily from my laptop to the burner phone. Once complete, I open the text messaging app and enter the victim's phone number, leaving the message blank, but attach the photo to The victim will receive an empty text message from an unknown number with only an image attached. The, the email, the message is just about ready to send, but there's one more which I would like to add. I opened a particular app to download every burner phone. It's simply called Number Mask, and it's one of the most using app I have ever used. This app casts for the number I want to use. I push in my memorized trademark 66336662664466. Now when I send the text, the receiver will see these numbers appear on the caller ID. Not only does it mask the burner's real phone number, but it's an extra calling card to help boosting my infirm. I smirk. My thumb scribbling over the send message button. This is it. This is going to be my long-awaited victory. The second victim to end update. I just know it. This is the stepping stone to my success. The second of my many models that will pave the way to my glory. I send the message. Oh. I arrive at work as usual. My handbag is heavy with the weight and of several cans of coffee, both enough to help me power through the day. After having such a long night, I can't stand but to help around the elevator in the lobby. Just before the elevator doors open, my phone starts to ring. I step outside, answer the call.
Hi, Noriko. Good morning. Did I call at a bad time?
Not at all. I'm just about to go into the office.
Oh, should I call back later?
It's no problem. Don't stress.
Okay, sorry.
The nervous, athletic girl on the other end of the phone is Pius Sito, an old school friend from back in the day. The thought we never really had any common interest. We just used to be inseparable at school. She was shy. I was introverted. It was a combination that worked in our favor, even if the conversation was a little on the boring side. To say that we are no longer shy and in in interval would be utterly true. Mia has more outgo, but she still suffers from a great deal of social anxiety. Comic can't communicate. As for me, I'm still pretty. Yes. Food. Hmm. Only being around other people is loving the beat, but I don't. To call me or my best friend, my closest companion, even so she knows everything about my part-time Miss Usual Scorpio. No one does, and I plan to keep it that
So,
way.
Aoi, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, explain.
Oh, well, you see, that guy at work is still bothering me, and I wanted to see if you had any more advice for me.
Ah, jeez. The older guy that always hits on you.
Yeah.
What a creep. what, 50?
I think he's 52.
You know his actual age?
Red flag.
Well, whatever. If he's still bothering you, you have to take a stand. He's not your coworker, right? Just a
That's right.
Just a regular customer.
Then tell your manager. Have him banned from the venue.
I can't talk to the manager. I don't want to cause trouble for the company.
Jeez, girl. Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet.
I know.
Well, if talking to the manager is out of the question, then you need to be firm with the creep. Tell him you won't stand for being groped anymore. His behavior is simply unacceptable, and if he won't change, you won't serve him anymore.
Yes.
He's scary, Noriko. I don't know if I can confront him like that. He's always drunk. Even before he comes into the place, I try not to serve him too much, but...
Are you sure you can't quit that stupid job? Working at a maid cafe really doesn't suit you at all. I thought you wanted a government position.
I do. I want to work in a cozy office, kind of like you, but you know I don't have any qualifications.
Go back to school.
Why don't I see if there's anything open here? Maybe Shinya can help out. He got me this job, remember?
Shinya. Maybe. He was always a nice guy, right?
He's super nice. Stick in the mud, but a nice one.
No.
Noriko, don't be mean.
Yeah. You want me to ask?
Wait, ni
It's no trouble.
It's no trouble. I'll talk to Shinya. Then maybe you can quit that crappy job and come work with me.
Yes.
Oh, that really does sound wonderful. Thank you, Noriko. I'd be so lost without you.
Me too.
Don't be silly. You're amazing, Aoi.
Thank you.
I end the call and harvest. I having to go back to my Tasmania as a job, and it is a pain in the butt, but I have never admitted that to. I want to help the poor girl. I really do. I will do anything for her. Sorry. We are going to arrive at the lobby, and I step inside as soon as the door opens.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Fujikawa, good morning.
Kia takes me by surprise as I exit the elevator. Has he been
I
waiting
wanted
for
to
me?
catch you before we sit down to work. I sent you another friend request. Can you make sure you got it this time?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
True. What am I supposed to do when he put me on that spot like this? I try not to be. But as I get my phone out of the phone, as I get my phone out and open up noise, it's impossible to hide my screen from Shinya. Seriously,
Oh,
guys.
what do you know? I have a new friend request.
Sure that.
Oh, great. It worked this time. Go ahead and accept it, please.
Yes.
Yeah, sure thing.
Very much true. A friend request. A little fireworks animation pops up on the screen with a celebration message about making a new friend. You are now my new friend.
Yay! Looks like we're officially friends now.
Yes.
So, can I call you Noriko from now on?
Maybe. I have never cared much for feminines, but I try to adhere to them in workplaces, but usually I don't care if people refer to me by my first or last name, regardless of whether they are friends or
That's
not.
fine. You can call me Noriko.
Dude, Shinya's eyes light up. That seems to have made the boy happy.
Thank you. Oh, you can call me Shinya, of course.
Yes, the power.
Shinya. Hey, we've known each other since junior high, right?
Yes,
Shouldn't we have been on a first name basis anyway?
that's right.
That's true, but we're in the office now, you know?
A working
Dude,
place.
He started working here and calls me Shinya right away.
Yes, how could we get
I
shy?
suppose.
Anyway, I'm really glad we're proper friends now, Noriko. Maybe we can get a coffee sometime.
Yes, I can't help but to feel he's trying to push his luck as far as it will go. Any suspicions I have about him having a crush on me are now confirmed. 100% confirmed. Put 100% or confirmed. I don't know if I'll edit this video anyway. I brush a strut of the blood, rub my hair on my face, and I smile as sweetly as I can while I change the subject.
Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Are there any more temp jobs available here right now?
Temp jobs, huh? Are you looking to pick up extra hours?
No, not exactly. I'm asking for a friend who needs a new job.
A friend of Noriko's. Well, let's see. We pretty much always have data entry roles up for grabs. Unless your friend wants something more interesting? Do they have any particular qualifications?
She's a shy girl. Very much useless. Maybe.
Not really. Data entry is more than fine. Actually, you already know who I'm talking about. Remember Aoi Sato?
Aoi, my best friend Shingo.
Aoi Sato. Yes, I think I do remember her. That really shy girl from our school days, correct?
Yes,
That's her, yeah.
the power.
Wow. I never knew you were still in touch with school friends, Noriko.
She's my friend. I can be in touch anytime I want. My best friend, but not clearly my best friend. Maybe my best friend, but not clearly my best friend.
Aoi's probably the only one. We're fairly close.
Very much close.
That's so. As for me, I don't really have any friends from back then.
Me too. Shinya's heartbeating. Shinya's heartbreaking confession doesn't surprise me too much. It doesn't strike me as the type of person to have many friends at. Oh, sure, I'm the same, but.
But what am I saying? We're friends now. So I guess I do keep in touch with school friends.
True that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, I'll ask my superior if we can get Sato an interview. Is that okay?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Shinya.
No problem. Leave it to me.
I think I'll end it here for now. Right now, I need to go somewhere. I need to go to the toilet, not just somewhere, but to the toilet. So, wait. No. How do I quit here? So, like and subscribe and other stuff that you do in YouTube channels or something like that. Are you sure you want to quit? Yeah, sure you want to quit the title screen. The video is unsaved. The game is still in progress. What? Wait, no. Wait. I have saved in the name of Hallelujah. Check. Load. It loads. There are these two. Saved. There's this one. Turn. For some reason, something that Mio said yesterday popped into my head. She mentioned that I'm leading Chinya on, but she's not true, isn't she? She's she, she's right. I shake the thought out of my head and I'm just being nice to him. That's not why. I take a seat on my desk and perform my morning ritual from my head bag. I receive my phone, coffee, and bread. Princess, computer on, music playing, coffee open. Fingers tapping, driving against the keyboard, and I tapping into a unusual workplace.
So, I see that you're connected with Shinya on Noise now, huh?
My walk to the train station is interrupted by a familiar.
Sounds like both of you are getting on pretty well.
How did you...
Of course, Tomio and are already friends on Noise. She would have seen the notification when I accepted Shinya's friend request. It's usually kind of strange that Tomio and I are connected though through the app. We added each other on my first day of work before I learned how much of an boo 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 ba 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 bee 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 boo 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 person she ba 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 ba. We simply never deleted each other even after all these months. Her posts are interesting anyway. And since I rarely ever post anything myself, she probably forgot we were connected at all until today.
Now look, don't get me wrong, you hear? I ain't actually interested in Shinya. Nah, I'm real happy for you both, like.
Okay.
But what I can't stand is a skank like yourself getting some while I'm over here all dry like a desert.
Try and die, B.
What the hell are you talking about?
It pisses me off that guys just sluts like you, and you barely have to put in any work. Meanwhile, nice girls like me gotta put in so much effort to even get noticed. You think all of this is just natural? I put so much effort into how I look, you know? And guys like Shinya don't even bat an eyebrow at me.
I have advice. Go and dye your hair. Stop putting makeup. Stop dressing like a slut. That's all.
You mean bat an eyelid, right?
Whatever, it don't matter. I'm sick of skanks like you getting everything for nothing.
Yeah!
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm not interested in Shinya, and I'm not trying to be with him. I don't chase guys, and it's pretty rare that they chase me. You've got me all wrong.
Like I believe you. Do you spend your time chasing chicks then?
That's not your business. But you don't have to worry about me pursuing Shinya. Tell you what, any guy at the office is all yours, okay? I'm not interested.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be, slut? You think no one is good enough for you, but they're good enough for me? Just like all the other girls. You think I'm worth being pitied? You think I need it? Well, I don't want your pity. You're nothing but a fake skank.
Sky! Tommy pushes forward, pushing me off the sidewalk and into the thicket of trees bonding through the cafe. Oh my JJ! I know I was supposed to stop recording right now, but things are getting interesting. But I need to watch it because the beat is coming to crazy. Everything's gone rush right now, so I can keep it. And the bird slaps across my face, continues on and wait. I'm ready, burn white. It stays on my face. I enter my face, feels like it's on fire. The strike is so harsh and victorious. It happens so suddenly that I'm having difficulty processing it. Stumble, but my leg don't quite give out. My mind is racing. I'm trying to put together what just happened. Okay, I will just repeat. Tommy hit me. Why? Why did she hit me? There's a strange sort of disconnect in my mind, but my body doesn't feel like my own. Like it, this isn't actually happening to me, but rather I'm watching it happen to someone else. Time seems to slow down and speed up all at once. The slap replays twice in my mind before Tomio's hand even leaves my eyes. I catch a glimpse of her music expressed red and strength and overcome with
I
anger.
hate you. I hate everyone like you. Don't pity me.
Hey! The second strike continues with my chain and I flip my entry bone replied with pain. She hit me again.
I hate you. I hate you!
Tomio has lost it. She's absolutely furious. I can't figure out what I did wrong. Our third strike is a crouched fist aimed straight at my stomach. Though sure of complete accident, I stumbled backward, narrowly avoiding the punch and instead landing on my ear, on my knee. The pavement is rough and hard, but I'm sure it feels a lot better than taking a fist in the gut. Tomio screams and rushes at me, but I scrambled to my feet and grab her on the waist. She feels she feels wildly, her eyes looking like they are pop out of her skull at any given second. Her breathing is rushing and ragged, and the tears of rage have caused a flood of blood makeup to rain out her face.
Calm down! Calm down!
She struggles against me, slowly giving in as my tight grip parallels her. She begins to sob softly.
I hate you! I hate everything about you!
With a great pull, Tomio frees herself from my grasp. She steps away, considering, and then runs past me. I blink, I blink in disbelief as she breaks into a sprint, entering in the direction of the train station. I raise, I raise a hand with my tender fist and touch it gently. The something certain is completely new to me. Never before have I been attacked like that.
What the hell was all that about? I can't believe she hit me.
The back of the frozen vegetables was pressed against my face, showing my full jaw, but it does very little to calm my nerves. I'm still on edge after what happened to Detonia. Actually, physically attacked me all because I said something I'm not sure what that provoked her anger. But maybe that girl is more complex than I gave her credit for. Seems like she has her own inner demons just like the rest of us. I've never replayed the event in my head 1,000 times since returning home without comforting mail or Tomio, sorry, about it. I didn't think I'll ever figure out what infused me, but I did plan on talking to her about it anytime soon. I didn't say I'm scared of her, but I didn't exactly want to en- encourage a bit. I Restart the bag of frozen vegetables. Reset the bag of frozen vegetables on the small coffee table next to me. I think I have done all I can to reduce the pain swelling from now. Standing and clicking back, I left the problem my something. My eyes are glancing over as I bring my phone to my face. My fingers are using tap and close as I look through a carefully turned news feed, a list of deaths that have been reported through the day. Using a set of 100 pictures, I slowed the, the feeds down to include only women's deaths in the age range of 30 to 30. 30 to 30. I set the location to discover no difference. I immediately include any result that mentioned that natural causes of death. I'm looking for specific cases, suicide or as is more often. Of course, I'm looking to find out whether my latest victim has offended herself yet. Should this search string first, then it's pretty easy to look up that news there are few and far between. Between suicide, accidents, and murders, I have covered all the some 9 out of 10 of the searches results include a photograph of the incident, not a photo of their face of their scene. Mind you, this isn't the database, rather it's usually a nice written picture of of the recently departed, submitted by their kin to go along with their something. I use the photo submitting. This is the only reliable way I can discover whether or not my victim has perished. If I knew a victim's name, I could easily look up their current fate, but my website doesn't ask for that. Quite respect for the victim's privacy, but there's a lot more to it than would ever be. Tonight searches turns up to solid leads. I'm disappointed, but this result isn't entirely unexpected. After all, I set the database on my latest victims of tomorrow. There's still time for her to freak out and end it all. I decided to go to sleep early. I'm not even feeling ready. I'm not feeling hungry enough to eat the cheap convenience store meal that's been sitting in my fridge since yesterday. Though if I go to sleep now, it feels like tomorrow arrives sooner. Tomorrow, I'll have to see Tommy at work. There's no way I can avoid her since her desk is so close to mine. The idea doesn't sit well with me. On the other day, my victim might find herself, which would definitely make me feel better. It could very well be my next success, and suspense is just about enough to kill me tomorrow. 2 hours recording. I am enjoying this game. I love this game. Make sure to like and subscribe and play this game by yourself. Maybe I'll end it here. Let me just see what goes on. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I think it's time for me to go now and stop recording. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't die. And if you receive the picture of your own corpse, just know it might be me who edited the picture in Photoshop and send it to you. So don't kill yourselves or don't make anyone kill you because that's not real. That's just me sending you a photo. Bye. Oh, and I've got watch part one of this video because I'll play this game again sometime in the future. But I'm really sure I'll play this game. Bye.